All right. Hello, everybody, and I am super excited about today's session because this is where we will have the seed allotment done. And mind you, this is really something that was eagerly looking forward to today. Let's see how we are going to deal with this. We are going to have this pattern of spin the wheel. That's how we are going to do it. Okay, so we will do it by a simple spin of the wheel, and we have 24 players whom we need to allot the seats. I strongly suggest that what you should do is have your WhatsApp message ready, where I believe I had shared the pairing bracket with you. And in this particular session I am also going to talk about how you can prepare for your first game against your opponent that you will now know soon who it is going to be. What we will do is I'll set up the spin the wheel activity for all of us. Up until that time, I suppose you should have a little chat break. Let's say I'll give you a couple of minutes for that. And after that, we'll immediately start with that. Once I'm ready with that spin the wheel activity, we'll go for it. Have your notepad ready, something where you can jot down your seed allotment. Whatever is the seed that you would be allotted, you need to make a note of it. Guys, make sure that you do this. It is very important, guys, you do that. Very, very important you do that. Purvesh is here. Why? I don't know why he's typing his ID, something that is very funny. He doesn't have to type the ID. Anyway, and Kshitij says that his heart is really banging hard because he doesn't know what number he is going to get exactly. Okay, nobody knows that, so keep your fingers crossed. The seeding is not exactly based on your rating and ranking. It's nothing to do with that. Let me be absolutely clear. The seed is where everything originates. So that's your starting position, not essentially rank according to your rating. That has got nothing to do with it. I'm making a few things very clear. The seeding is not your rating. You can start from anywhere on the tournament. That is exactly what we are seeing now, about who will start where. Okay, so make no mistake. This is not about your rating. It is about where you will start. And in the chat, you can please let me know if you are ready with a WhatsApp message. It's very important. Let's take a small chat break now. Just go ahead and continue with your chat. All right, guys. Now let me share with you um, the list. You all had confirmed your entries. If you remember, you all had confirmed your entries like I'll play. And so what has happened is we'll go and we'll follow that same order for the seed allotment. So we are going to start with Jay. He was the one probably who said it first that he would, play in the tournament. So this is what I intend that we should do. And there we go. Okay, so now I will bring up the order in which you told me that you are wishful of playing. Okay, so here we go. Let me just adjust the names. Let me just cancel the spin the wheel thing so that everybody is now sure of what this is. Yeah, okay. So here are your names, and now we are going to fill them one by one with the allotment, the seed allotment that you get. Jai is the first one. Just make a note of this, guys. I want you to make a note of this and mention that in the chat. So I'll read the names one by one for you, because once we get to that spin the wheel activity, once we do that spin the wheel thing, I won't be able to come out of the screen and then again go back to that. Otherwise, the settings will get affected. I will just read the name and then make the note of the seed allotted. Okay, so I will take you back to where we were, and this is how the sequence is. So first is Jay, Avdut, Purvesh, Saumitra, Radhesh, Ayush. That's I believe Ayush T. Then Vihang, then Pragya, then Yatharth, Reyansh, Arya, Granth, Itesh, Namish, Rupak, Mohit, Chinmay, Kshitij, Samartha, Shreyan, Sanchit, Dishen, Saurish, and finally Alan. That's the order in which you confirmed your participation to me. Just make a note of where your name is. Accordingly, you will have your seed, the allotted seed, that is. And don't worry, I'm also going to make a note of things. Okay. All right, so now let's get finally started. Let me make sure that the wheel is ready, and please make sure in the chat you tell me that you're ready. By the way, Kavish is asking me that there is not my name. It is funny you should say that. Had you confirmed your participation on WhatsApp? I don't think so. I acknowledge all the messages on WhatsApp. I don't know. So I am not going to add any more names because already I have made the brackets. So let's get started. The first one is Jay. Okay, first one is Jay. And okay, for Jay. By the way, I'm still waiting in the chat. Only Radhesh said ready. Jay said time up probably when we were doing the countdown. Kavish, I'm not going to say this again. I don't see your name here. If you don't see your name here, maybe you didn't confirm it on WhatsApp. And if you did confirm on WhatsApp, then why did you not tell me? I was repeating after every entry? So many confirmed. It's not now that I'm doing it. Check your WhatsApp and let me know. Okay. Nonetheless, I'm not going to add anybody else. That's it. 24 are done. You should have told this to me. What were you doing? Why did you not acknowledge it on WhatsApp? Get it done. Okay, so let's get started. Jay is the first one. I'm still waiting for people to tell me in the chat that they have their, yeah, now people are ready. Okay, sure. Hey, Samartha is here. Samartha, thanks. Well, there are times, Samartha, when I really want you to be with us, man. I mean, I wonder where do you disappear. So is the case with Sanchit. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We want you with us. Make no mistake. We want you guys to be with us. Can we now start with this finally? This wheel thing you'll enjoy, I'm telling you. There were 24 names, by the way. And once we get started with that wheel thing, we will not have time to go back to any other window. That is why I'm just making sure things are right. So just bear with me. All right, here we go. That's it. I think now I'm going for the first allotment. Enjoy this. This will be the seed allotment for Jay. 6. Jay, please make a note. Your allotment is 6. Jay, your allotment is 6. Okay. Jay, your allotment is 6. Jay has been allotted number 6. Okay. That's it. So 6 will now be eliminated. My next candidate is Avdut. So Avdut, come on, let's go for it. Let's do it. It's totally random. I have no control over it. 7. All right. So Avdut, you are at 7. You will start at number 7. Don't worry, I'm going to explain how that works. My next candidate will be Purvesh. Purvesh, whatever is the next number is your allotment. All the best. 1. Number 1. Purvesh. Number 1. Your seat allotment is 1. That's where you will start. Okay. My next candidate is Saumitra. Okay. All the best, Saumitra. Jay, I hope you're happy. My next candidate, Saumitra. Okay, what's your expectation? Saumitra will say anything will be fine for me. So let's see what Saumitra gets. 21. 21. Saumitra, are you happy with that? 21. Looks like some number, huh? 21. Saumitra gets 21. Okay, let's see. 21 it is. So you can play in the next tournament, Kavish. Don't worry about it. My next candidate is Radhesh. Radhesh, what number are you going to get? 11. Radhesh, you have been allotted number 11. You have been allotted number 11. Number 11, just remember your numbers. Guys, it's very important you remember your numbers, okay? I have made a note of all of them, but even you need to remember them. My next candidate is Ayush. Let's go for it, Ayush. 22. Ayush, that's 22 for you, huh? 22. Now, is Vihang with us? Is Vihang with us, or has Vihang, gone for the treatment? He was supposed to go out to the doctors or some place. I don't know. I will tell you when and where your games are going to start. Don't worry about that. I don't think he is with us. Make a note of that. This is for Vihang, okay? The wheels spinning for Vihang. 20. 20 for Vihang. 2020 is the number for Vihang. That is incredible. 20 and 21 for the best buddies. Somehow the computer also likes that. Now the next one is for, hey, hello Sanchit, how are you? Well, I hope Avdut is telling you what's going on. And the next one is Pragya. Pragya, the wheel's now going to spin for you. Okay. 14. 14, Pragya. 14. 1, 4, 14 for you, Pragya. 14 it is. Yes. Now, the next one is for, well, Granth is acting funny. Granth is acting like he doesn't know anything at all. I wonder, you are a part of the Vaidya Chess Hub, right, Granth? I wonder. Tons of message on WhatsApp and he's asking me what are we doing. I don't know. Maybe you should consult WhatsApp. Now, next one is Yatharth. Next one is Yatharth. So Yatharth, now the wheel is going to spin for you. What's up, Yatharth? I don't know what your expectations are, but here it is for you. YSSID on leeches, huh? 5, number 5 for Yatharth. We have number 5. Number 5 for Yatharth. Incredible. It's nice. That's good. Now next one is for Rayansh. I don't know if he is with us. Now you would see, guys, on the wheels the numbers are disappearing. So we are now getting rid of the numbers or the seeds that have been allotted. Please make a note of that. Now Rayansh is the next one. I did not see him in the chat. I don't know where he is. So Rayansh, this one is for you. You can make a note of it. So this one is for Rayansh, the rising star. What does Rayansh get? 17. 17 it is. 17 is what Rayansh gets, the seed allotment. Next one is Arya Mahakal. Arya Mahakal. I don't know if Arya is with us. Let's see in the chat. Arya Mahakal, are you with us here? Oh, Rayansh is with us. So Rayansh, probably have made a note of that. You now know that you are seeded number 17. Now, that's why I wanted you to have the WhatsApp message ready. You see, I have in the morning, the messages that I've sent talk about the seed allotment and I have encircled them. So that's where you will start. Tomorrow, of course, I will fill it in with your names. And tomorrow we are going to deal with the tosses as well. Arya Mahakal, are you with us? I doubt that. So let's see. This is for Arya. What does Arya get? Number 12. Number 12. Arya is at number 12. Now the next one is really funny. You know why? Because the next one is someone who doesn't know why we are here and what we are doing. But we are going to now have a number for him. That is absolutely funny. That is absolutely funny. So I don't know, Granth, please just make a note of this. You don't even know what we are doing. I wonder if you ever read WhatsApp. But it's funny. This one is for Granth, who doesn't know what we are doing. Still, we will give him a seed. Okay, so he gets number 10. Granth, just remember this number. Number 10. 1, 0. 10 is your seed number. And please type it in the chat if you have made a note of that. Okay. So my next one is Itesh, the guy who is in the 1900 with the best rating 1946. And boy, he is playing well. So this one is for Itesh. And Itesh, are you here with us in the chat? Well, sure. Is he here? Just type something, guys. Itesh, did I get a hi? Hello, sir. Good evening. Something from you, Itesh? This one is for you now. The wheel is going to spin for you. Okay. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Itesh. Number 8. Itesh gets number 8. Itesh, you get the seed allotment and the number is 8. Please remember that. Oh yes, Itesh is very much with us. I'm happy. Very happy. Alright. After Itesh, it's Namish from USA, Western India, wherever you want to say he is with us, guys. He is with us. Namish, I know you are with us. Let's see. 15. Number 15. Namish gets number 15. Okay, that's not bad. 15. Okay. Because we had Pragya who's probably got 14. I'm not sure, but I think Pragya was at 14. The next one is Rupak. Rupak Gokhale. Rupak Gokhale are you with us, Rupak Gokhale? I doubt, but we will still go ahead and give him a seed allotment. That's it. Number 3. Number 3 for Rupak. It is number 3. Now hold on, guys. The next fellow is someone who just won the cricket match today and he defeated Avdut Patil. So can you just tell me who the guy is? Who is up next? Who is up next? Granth says, I have read the WhatsApp messages. So still Granth doesn't know anything. Then don't worry. Just wait for your pairing to be given to you on WhatsApp. Don't worry about it. We had a cricket match and this guy defeated Avdut Patil this afternoon. So we are talking about none other than who? That's right, Mohit it is. We are talking about Mohit Patil. And so let the wheel spin for Mohit. What's the number that he gets? 18. Okay, number 18 for Mohit. Number 18. Now this next one is one of the rising stars. One of the rising stars. And his name is Chinmay. Chinmay Iyer. Promising young talent from the hub. So Chinmay, the wheel is now spinning for you. What does Chinmay get out of the remaining seeds? Number 19. That's it. Chinmay, number 19 is for you. Okay, now this next fellow is not a rising star, but a risen star. I always say there is a category rising star and then there is the risen star. So he is one of the risen stars. Okay, so we are talking about none other than Kshitij Datta. So Soumitra, just pay attention to where Datta makes his start. Let's spin the wheel and this one is for Datta. Kshitij, where will you start the tournament? Number 9. Datta will start the tournament at number 9. Okay. Fine. Now the next one is someone who is our under 10-second champion. So please type it in the chat quickly. Who is this next guy that we are talking about? He is the champion of under 10 seconds play. Under 10 seconds play. Who is that? The under 10-second undisputed champion. We'll love him. And recently I've told you that he plays the keyboard very well. He plays the musical keyboard, the synthesizer very well. That's right. Samartha it is. Who else? Who else, tell me? So Samartha, now the wheel is going to spin for you. Let's see what seeding you get. Where is Samartha going to start? 23. Samartha is going to start the tournament at 23. 23, 23. By the way, this next fellow is someone who actually was one of the last entries. Yeah, one of the few last entries. And he is Godbole. So we are talking about Shreyan Godbole. So Shreyan, let's see where you are going to start. This one is for Shreyan Godbole. The wheel is spinning for you, Shreyan. What do you get? 13. Number 13. Shreyan, you're going to start the tournament at the seeding 13. Please remember that. The next one is the one against whom I had this GIF leeches game where I had this Greek gift sacrifice and is a good friend of Monitor. Who is this guy we are talking about? Yes, yes, that's right. And Samartha, you are here now, so it is right time that Saumitra is letting you know that Avdhut forgot that you play the keyboard. Man, he forgot that. But at the moment, there is one more buddy in that group we are talking about. We are talking about Sanchit. So Sanchit, whose ID on leeches is Durvang, where do you start will be determined now. So Sanchit, what do you get? 24. So Sanchit is at 24. That's where you will start. Sanchit, you start the tournament at 24, man. 24. The next one is our dear Dishain. So Dishain, if you are with us, just type something in the chat. Guys, don't worry. I'm going to tell you all your seedings again. Don't worry. Let's just finish with this spin the wheel thing, and then I will definitely share everyone's seed number with you one more time. Yes. By the way, Monitor is confirming. Saumitra, what had I done to you? Why had you to tell this now? By the way, Dishen is the next one. I thought Dishen was with us. I don't know. Dishen, you were with us, right? The wheel is going to spin now for you, Dishen. Number 2. Dishen, you are going to start the tournament at number 2. That's right. I don't believe the number 2 was still left. Now we have number 4 and number 16. And the next one is our very own student from Patkar Vidyalaya. He's Saurish, another rising star of the hub. By the way, whatever number remains will be what Alan gets. Now, Alan, are you here with us for the live stream? I had wanted you to participate or at least be with us. I don't know if Alan is with us, but still. The wheel now will spin for Saurish, and whatever number remains will be Alan's number, the seed number. 16. Saurish starts at 16. And Alan, but obvious, it means that he starts at number 4. I don't have to spin the wheel. Don't tell me I have to spin the wheel here. For God's sake, don't tell me that I have to spin the wheel here. Well, boy, that was fun. That was awesome. Now I'm going to tell you that I'm going to share the seed allotment with you one more time. The thing is, I'm also very eager to share the ways you can prepare yourself for the tournament. How about the toss as well? Here is the main announcement. Tomorrow, I know it is Saturday, but tomorrow I might just have a stream for the toss. So we will all have the tosses done at least for the first round. And how are we going to do it? By flip of a coin? Maybe by flip of a coin, or maybe we will use our dice that we use for our cricket game. We will use 4 dice for that as usual, and the higher number gets to choose whether they want the white pieces or the black pieces to start off with. Now, let me share the seed numbers. Here are your seed numbers. So guys, make sure that you have your seed number recorded properly. Please let me know in the chat. Just go through them. Guys, make sure that you're doing this properly. There is a reason why I am doing this, slowly but steadily, of course. Tell me in the chat that you properly recorded All the seed numbers are there. So let's now finalize this. Everybody make sure that you have your unique seed allotment from 1 to 24. This is not round robin, this is not the Swiss League, this is knockout, but this is a double elimination. So don't worry, if you lose once, you get one more chance. Okay? It will be great if you can just go ahead and type your name and your seed allotment once. Let's have that done in the chat. Is it not? That will be just great. Let's just do this, guys. So we'll go into the chat, and what you can do there is very quickly make sure, guys, what we can do here is go ahead and type your name and your seed allotment. Alright, guys, now the time is up, and now let me tell you how you can go ahead and actually prepare. Listen to this very carefully. Now you would have noticed, and you should have noticed, that the names, the numbers, the seed allotted, it's not compulsory and quintessential that number 1 plays against number 2. That is why I had wanted you to be ready with your WhatsApp message, because now you know that there were numbers, and that's why in the message on WhatsApp I had encircled and I had drawn the arrow to show you what seed allotment is. So that's the position that you have received where you will start the tournament. And I want you to actually go ahead and acknowledge in the chat what I'm saying. The ways to prepare for the tournament. It's very interesting. Listen to me very carefully, especially those who are playing this knockout fashion double elimination for the first time. What can you do? Number 1, now that you have received your seed allotment, you know who is your first opponent, but you need to consult the WhatsApp thing for that. Okay, don't just assume number 1 plays with number 2. That's not the case. You now know the bracket sent to you on WhatsApp. I've already done that. The other thing is, when you know who your opponent is, go through all their games on Chess. And what games will you go through? Now this is also very important. Guys, what I'm saying is very important. You will benefit from it greatly. In this tournament, in the next tournament, every time. Go through their games. Now monitor, I want you to type the highlights of what I am saying so that I know everybody now knows. Okay. So monitor number one is now you should study your opponent's games. Second point is rapid games. You should not go through the bullet games of your opponent on leeches. Don't waste your time, because now you know the first round will have the time control 3. I hope you all know that. In the chat you can go ahead and type if you understand entirely what I'm saying. The time control for the first round is 7 plus 3. For the first few rounds it will be like that. So 7 plus 3 is not bullet. It's not even blitz. It is rapid. So you should go ahead and see what your opponent plays mostly when he plays the rapid games. Okay. See how this will be useful. Another thing is, very neatly and minutely what you can observe is how does your opponent lose the games when it is concerned with the time. 7 plus 3 game, you have to play patiently. It's not like your ultra bullet or bullet game where you don't have time to think and you play something that you really want. Okay. What I want you to observe is how does your opponent lose the game? Does your opponent lose with 2 minutes or 3 minutes to spare? So monitor, you can do this. Yes, you can type this point, monitor. How does your opponent lose the rapid game? How? As far as time is concerned. So if your opponent loses with 2 or 3 minutes left on the clock, mostly, that means your opponent is impatient. He is one of those players who doesn't utilize his allotted thinking time, and that you can utilize. So maybe you can draw him further into the game. He can become impatient and maybe make blunders towards the end. Mind you, it is plus 3. Now this is the benefit of playing games with me online. So often you see we have the under 10-second champion already. So it may look like the player is down and out, but it is plus 3 seconds. So the moment you get a winning position, you can play fast, and from even under 10 seconds, you can go on to win the game. Guys, go ahead and mention it in the chat if you are getting the points and sharing with you how to prepare. So that's the first big thing, okay, about studying your opponent. Next, monitor, the next thing is study, or rather prepare a surprise weapon for your opponent. That's what you can do, and I've shared the trick already using the opening tree. When you study your opponent's games on leeches, suppose you are studying something, let's say I was your opponent, then look at what your opponent normally loses against. Not this time, I'm not talking about the time factor. Look at the openings that your opponent probably doesn't play well. Prepare some different stuff for your opponent with white and also with black, because remember there is going to be a toss. So don't tell me I had prepared something for white but I don't have anything for black. Well, come on, you don't know what color you're going to get. We are going to decide it by a toss. So prepare something for white, prepare something for black based on your study. Go through all the rapid games. Monitor, just type this: only study rapid games. The bullets, the classicals are all, well, classicals will be useful if you happen to meet someone at a later stage in the tournament, because the time control will increase. You know that. But at least to start, rapid is the thing to study. Okay. So that's the second big thing. First, we talked about studying your opponent and studying rapid games. Now we are talking about preparing something special. That was my point number 2. Now here is my point number 3, and which you would love. The seniors always follow this plan, but for the rising stars, this must be something new. Always get yourself your second. What do you mean by second? Now seniors could go ahead and type it in the chat. Second is someone who helps you prepare for a tournament. I repeat, second is a player who helps you prepare for a big tournament or an event. So normally, I would like to believe that Saumitra and Vihang do their preparation together. I think that's the case. So there are 24 players. You can select one who will act as your second. And then you can sort of practice with that player. and you can share tips like who is your opponent and who is my opponent, what can we do. Play some 7 plus 3 games because our tournament could begin on the 20th or 22nd. We'll fine tune that later. Of course, the timing will be later, not in the morning. We've agreed to do that because people normally have got their classes, extra lectures, extra coaching till 1:30 or something like that. So we'll have it only for the latter half of the day. But still, you have a lot of time. So play as many games as you can with your second. And please go ahead and type that word. I'm looking for that word here. So monitor, you can type that, okay? Second, the word is second. Always have a second ready. You should always, I like to believe here are some good seconds for you. Vihang and Saumitra, I believe, are very good. Kshitij and Samartha can be good. Avdut and Sanchit can be good seconds. Chinmay and Itesh can be good seconds. Pragya and Granth, I believe, maybe they can be good seconds to each other. Or maybe Pragya and Saurish, I don't know. You can have, let's say, Rupak and Arya. You can have Yatharth and Rayansh. Radhesh and Purvesh maybe. So decide, ask yourself who can be my second and then communicate and then create a good practice partner. You can always call it a second. That's the chess word, not the second hand of the watch. Okay, seconds, one who plays with you. Okay, I don't know who you will prefer doing your seconds with. Don't ask me. I'm not pairing you guys. I'm just giving you ideas. So Kshitij, if you want to have Pragya as your second, ask Pragya if she's okay with you. No problem. Okay. Oh, Kshitij is saying, let me have Pragya as my second because Samartha is my opponent. Oh, so they have already done the calculation. So watch out. And Kshitij, you better be careful about the under 10 seconds thing. The under 10 seconds thing is big. Now, a tip by Vihang. The tip is, Vihang says, find a second who is equal in strength. Well, at least close. Equal as in it doesn't have to be perfect match. Somewhere, plus minus 200, 100 is fine. Not 200. Plus minus 100 is fine. You can do that. Oh, Jay says, my second is a secret. How about that? How about that? Jay's second is a secret. Jay is like, sure. Dishen, you can always select whoever you want. I mean, the list is in front of you now. You can have Namish. Namish and Dishen can be good seconds to each other. Just plus minus 100, I'm saying. Plus minus 100. That shows plus minus 100. I would say at a higher scale, plus minus 200 is also fine. At your level, plus minus 100 is okay. Okay. Now Datta has said that no, Samartha is not my opponent. Sanchit is my opponent. Mind blowing. What confusion is that? Now let's talk something else about the tournament now. Guys, now what you need to realize is we will have 4 games played per day. Again, monitor, I want you to type all these highlights. These are all the important things about our tournament. 4 games per day. So this tournament will go on for some time. It won't be over in a day or two. It will go on for some days. 4 games per day. Okay. Now, the thing is, why is Pragya saying Granth is out of the tournament? Why are you saying Granth is out of the tournament? Why? Why are you saying Granth is already before play? He is seeded number 10. Why will he be out of the tournament? Okay, so I'll get back to my point. Granth is not out of the tournament. I don't know why he is out of the tournament. So I was making it clear that we will have 4 games per day. And I will create special scenes on the streaming platform. So all the 4 games can be enjoyed by others who are not playing that day. So 4 games means 8 of you will be busy, or the other more than that, or 16, 8 threes are, yeah, 8 threes are 24. So double the people, more than double the people will be free to watch. On those days, streaming will be disabled. So Vihang the other day was asking me, sir, what about prevention of cheating? Here is the #1 pro tip. When I stream the tournament, the chatting will be disabled. So you will not be able to do all this, because the time control is 7 plus 3 and there should be no chatting. I will provide commentary. The other good idea is I will have a guest with me on Google Meet, and then we could take it together, but no chatting. Chatting will be disabled. Monitor, type that. You should type it in the chat that for the tournament day, the chatting will be disabled. You will not be able to type a single chat line. I will simply disable that because we want to have it done fairly. Another thing is, you will have to go through my software. After every game, I'll have it analyzed. I have got certain sophisticated tools and data to help me assess about fair play. I will go ahead and check that. So we want games fairly played, but obviously, and there are ways, and there have been cases. There have been, you know perfectly how your coach always gets you. So there is no chance, and Vyang will completely agree with that. There is no chance you will get away. If there is anything fishy, anything that is really something that actually makes us raise our eyebrows, I will catch that. And there will be massive action taken. I'm telling you. So we want to play it fair and square. I urge all the players to type it in the chat that, sir, we will play honestly, as an oath or something. Just type it in the chat. We play a fair game. FAIR. We will play a fair game. I'm serious about this. You can go ahead and type it in the chat. We will play a fair game, because we want the tournament to be an enjoyable experience. But mind you, I am also going to caution seniors here. Just because some junior plays well on the day and beats you doesn't make a case for cheating. That's why I said smart judgment is required. And as a senior, just remember, it's not that the juniors are not licensed to beat you. That's not how it works. So yesterday itself, I was so careless and Itesh punished. So they are the rising stars. On their day, if they play well, let me assure you, they're going to go ahead and beat you. Okay. So yes, we will play a fair game. We will play honestly, or something like that should be your oath. And that means a lot for all of us. Okay. Fine. What's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow, there's something special. I will have the forms, that is the pairing form, updated, and so you will be able to see your name there. So today you were only able to see the seed number, right? You remember, you only saw your seed number. Tomorrow I will, instead of the seed number, now you will have your names there. So there will be no problem. Even if you probably misunderstood or you missed the session or something, you will have your name there from tomorrow. You will know your opponent. You already have by now, if you have the message on WhatsApp ready with you. Next thing is the toss. So we will know who is playing white. It should be fair. Another thing that will happen tomorrow is I will reveal the time controls for the pre-quarters, quarters, semi-final and the grand finale. That's also going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a stream. Normally we don't do it on Saturday, but now we are all in a mood to do this tournament. More so, most of you are done with your exams. So we have a lot of time at hand, and let's utilize it that way. So I will reveal the time controls. What did I say? For the pre-quarters, quarter-finals, semi-finals and the grand finale. Make sure that you share each other's ID. One more thing. How are the games going to be played? How are the games going to be played? I told you that there will be 4 games. There will be 4 games played per day. The player with the higher rating. You remember we used to do this head to head? Guys, let me know in the chat if you remember. We used to do this head to head battle. Remember head to head battle? So the player with the higher rating will issue the challenge to his opponent. 7 plus 3 should be the time control, and with the correct colors. Please remember that. With the correct colors. That way you will issue the challenge. You know the sword icon is what you use. Should know your opponent's ID, and that is how you will do it. So you will have to issue the challenge with a proper time control and with the correct colors. And only when I say you can start is when all the 4 games can start. Just like we used to do it for the head to head, if you know what I mean. So yes, there are people in the chat who tell me that yes, we know the head to head. Fine. H2O, yeah, H2H. It's not head to O. So that's how we will play the games. One more thing. To ensure the smooth conduction, I will appoint a volunteer. The volunteer for the day will change because it will be 4 games per day. So someone who is not playing for that day will act as a volunteer. By default, it will be Avdut. But when Avdut, the monitor of the class, so Avdut is by default my assistant who will take care to see that everything is done properly. He will also get the authority probably to check the messages on WhatsApp if they are being sent properly. And on the day when Avdut has his game, I will appoint someone else as my assistant. So you can go ahead and type it in the chat if you are willing to be my assistant on the day when Avdut plays. Guys, make a note of all these things. I'm not going to say all these things again. I am not going to do that. I am serious. I ain't doing this. All the things that I'm saying, just remember them. Okay, so yeah, monitor has acknowledged this. He's saying yes, it is okay. I hope everybody will now, don't search for your second right away. You have now the entire list with you. So now you know the players of the hub. They are there when we play the tournaments every Monday. So, okay, monitor says, Aapka hukum sir aankhon par. So he's there. Rayan says, yes, I can be your assistant when Avdut is playing. There are many people who are willing to be my assistant. I'll select a responsible assistant. Do not worry. There is another thing that I have to announce today. We will see how this tournament goes. We will see how this tournament goes. And if it is, really massive success, which I am sure it will be, we will have this done regularly, and we will also have prizes. If you remember very well, while playing the cricket match this afternoon with some of our hub members, well, we did talk about how we used to have this tournament, and type it in the chat. Chitej, Vihang, you remember Avdut was there. We used to have this category A and category B. Type it in the chat, guys, if you have played in the category A or category B. And we used to have the separate knockout tournaments, but they were not double elimination. They used to be single elimination. So there used to be a category A for the seniors, there used to be a category B for the rising stars. Then there was no such name, but we used to call them category B. And there used to be those prizes. So if this tournament is a success, for this tournament, I have not yet thought of something because this is our first online thing that we are doing. But if this is a success, I will definitely have something planned, and you can also suggest for prizes because we are not actually going to meet face to face. Otherwise, I'll have to courier you the trophy. Some comments on that in the chat. Because of the lockdown, Ameya sir will have to courier or have it delivered by some cargo shipping service. I'll have to deliver your trophy at your doorstep. LOL. LOL for that. Just remember all these things. Now what I'm going to do is have something more to share with you, but we will just take a chat break, and I'll see you at the end of 2 minutes. Enjoy the music as well. Just 2 minutes, okay, of this chat break. All right, guys, the time is up, and Alan wants somebody to tell him who is playing against. Well, Alan, why is that? You already have the WhatsApp message with you. You are a part of our WhatsApp family, and now you know your seed number as well. If Alan, you don't remember, it is number 4. So you should accordingly see to it that you follow that. Now I was about to share something. I told you I had something more to talk. Here is the special thing. If this tournament is successful, we have seen that we will probably continue to do this in the future as well. As the first prize and the second prize. Third prize I'm not sure about, but the first prize and the second prize will be discount in the fees. Big thing I'm saying. So even if we don't meet face to face, well, if we were doing this in the hub, then I could give you the cash prize. But since we are only doing this online, from the next tournament, we can chalk out along with the trophy and the other things. We can actually contemplate for the first prize and the second prize. I could actually slash it from your fees, and that will be the same thing. I giving you the cash prize, and we are adjusting that. So this is something big, and this is what you can definitely chat and tell me. This is what I think we will do from the next tournament, depending on the success of this tournament. Also, what I had to ask you is, it is now a long time. Believe me, there is considerable amount of time has passed where we haven't really allowed all the members to join the Vaidya Chess Hub, especially those who want to play the Swiss League. Okay, so you know what I mean. On leeches, there are close to 300, close to 300, and somebody monitor type that in the chat. This is huge. There are about 300 requests pending asking me for the permission to play in the Leeches Swiss League tournament that we have every Monday. But just because they are not a part of the WhatsApp group, we've not seen them physically, they've never spent time at the hub, well, we are reluctant and we have not yet done that. Yet, I'm saying. But now we have to come up with some plan. The seniors could definitely help. Even the rising stars can come up with some plan of how we could actually incorporate them in the hub, because it is very important for a healthy competition. It is very important. And also I'm making it very clear that not all the 300 requests that I have are all from, titled players. There are some who are just like you, like 1400 to 1800, 1900. That's the range. And some of them are indeed in 1000 and 1200. So there is a mixed bag. We play mostly 3 plus 2. That's blitz. I'm talking about a blitz rating range. So I hope you are getting this, and please type it in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying. So we could actually entertain those guys for healthy competition. Of course, we will make it very clear that there are rules that they have to follow if they are a part of the Vaidya Chess Hub team. Also, mostly I'll give preference to the players who by any chance have shared their information at least on leeches. So what I normally do is, whenever there is some player who requests to be a part of the Vaidya Chess Hub in order to play on Monday, I ask for the information, and then if I am happy with the information that they provide about themselves, I allow them. You must remember that Ankit, Alan are the players, Kunal Gupta are all the players who actually, Suvradas, Sharva, there are other players as well. Well, they actually came as a request, and then they are now a part of our hub, a part of our community regularly. Swaroop doesn't play, but he is regular viewer. You all know that, right? Swaroop C, sure, our regular viewer. So what should be, you can in detail think about this, what should be the way we can allow them to be a part of the hub so that they will also be able to play with you and you will also have some healthy competition. Boy, that was a lot. That was a lot. I think it's exactly 7, about a minute. We'll stop. But before we stop, very nice thing will be to recap whatever it is that we have done. This is what we have done. These are your seeds where you will begin. Just go ahead and check that. You've also typed that in the chat. So we have actually made a double check. Now, what I'm saying is, have this screenshot taken or something. I don't know. Along with that, what we did today was we talked about how you can prepare for the tournament. We talked about what is going to happen tomorrow. We are going to go for the toss. Avdut will be my assistant. In Avdut's absence, somebody else I'll select. Tomorrow, I will also share on WhatsApp the edited or the pre-filled starting lineup. Tomorrow, I'm going to reveal the time control for the next rounds as we come to the business end, as Jai calls it. Ayush says, I have an idea. Ayush, what's that idea? You can share it with me over here on the chat, or you can send a message on Leeches. Ayush, you can do that. Or you can use my email ID that's here. So Ayush, use this email ID and share that idea about how we can accept all those who want to play the Monday Swiss League tournament. Okay? Guys, make sure that you have followed everything, if understood everything, if at all anything, ask it on our WhatsApp group. We'll stop the stream for now. It was great. We at random gave you the seed allotments. All the best. Start your preparation on WhatsApp. I'll let you know the timing for tomorrow's stream, whether that will be the same 6 o'clock or something else. Totally enjoyed bringing this to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Take care.